What's up, Bison Nation? Chip Washington from the Bison Brothers Basketball Podcast, coming to you in this first Saturday of October 2025, continuing to remind Bison Nation that Season 1 has ended and Season 2 for the Bison Brothers Basketball Podcast will be starting in November. But again, we wanted to give you just a snippet of some of the highlights and excerpts from Season 1. So today, in today's time slot, we're going to give you another snippet of What's Good for Basketball, EWash's segment from episode 6 from season 1. So please enjoy this snippet. And also, just as a bonus, we're going to give you a few highlights from one of our point guards, Isaiah Brown. So stick around after the segment. You'll see a few highlights from the one and only Zay Brown, Isaiah Brown. Again, Bison Nation, we thank you for your support. Continue to support this podcast, continue to support the teams, and we appreciate your support. HU, you know.
So what's good for basketball, man?
Oh man, y'all got me all in my feelings again. I said I want to go return to that posture, but oh my God. So, last episode I mentioned to you guys that I rewatched Best of Enemies, right?
Yeah.
And it put me in so many different frames of mind. But the thing, I can't believe I'm about to do this, Chip. It's some revisionist history on my part, but I gotta go hard in my love for the Boston Celtics and Red Auerbach. Yes, yes.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't.
Yeah, me neither.
And when I say it, sometimes neither can I. But here's the reason. And I even got a nice little story for it afterwards. But the reason I asked, Chip, the beauty, and you too, actually, B, that was brought out to me in discussing all these signees. I liked your setup, Brian, one about, how would they fit into the program, just kind of based on Chip laying out their profile. And the thing that keeps jumping out is, especially about the Celtics, is they were the progenitors, at least historically speaking, of fast break basketball. Red Auerbach, and that's even before Bill Russell. Bob Cousy, was somebody that allowed them to play that style, especially compared to most of their peers at the time. And then once they got Bill Russell, well, literally the rest was history, right? So to see basketball change, based on that style of play was awesome, right? But to go in my Red Auerbach bag to then turn around and see him completely change styles with Bird, Parrish, and McHale and play half-court basketball, and I'm sorry, Laker people, to change basketball again and win again. So that's just impressive, and that's all I kind of kept looking at, and that sort of directed most of my questions, because you can't run if you can't rebound, right? You mentioned the first young lady from Chicago in terms of, so in my mind, I'm like, well, can she run the break and play half court? Because I don't, to your point, Brian, I haven't seen a lot of the women's games, but I hadn't noticed a lot of fast breaking, and I'm like, yeah, if that's something they could sort of consistently incorporate, that's a way for them to set themselves apart consistently, so that's just an awesome thing. And to try to give the Lakers a little love, to give them a little love, you have to say that they kind of did the same things, right? Why were they able to play half court? Because of obviously Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but to be able to run the floor like that, and and sort of a nod to the modern game, to have people like Michael Cooper and Byron Scott consistently banging from 3-point land, that means they can play any style, any era, and that's what we want to see from Bison basketball. Obviously, we want to.
Oh yeah.
That's championship basketball right there. Since we talk about championship culture, so Yeah, man. I just it definitely put that in my frame of mind. And I unfortunately had to learn a little bit of a hard lesson. I have to make a little reveal here too, because y'all know I'm living in Atlanta right now, and I'm definitely a Howard Bison through and through. But I did also go to Morehouse College, and the only reason I'm mentioning that is because the Hawks would practice at Morehouse. The opponent would practice at Morehouse when they came in town. So I walked in the gym one day, and who was sitting there but Red Auerbach?
Wow.
So I actually got to sit down. He humored me. I don't know where I got the audacity to try to talk junk and basketball to him. And of course, I lost that one. But it's something that I will never forget. And to even bring it to a DC moment, I remember being in DC and seeing him driving a Mercedes Benz with Washington, DC tags. Because people don't know, he's from Washington, DC.
Wow.
He's a DMV person himself. So,
wow. Look at you.
Got a little love to Red Auerbach, man. First black coach, all that, man. You got to give him some love.
I'm impressed. I didn't see you go in there, and you did it again. You're like Columbo. You just keep pulling these clues out. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey.